In the vastness of the universe, over 4.5 billion years ago, a new world began to take shape. It was a time of chaos, violence, and extraordinary transformation. This is the story of how Earth was born. The story of Earth begins with the birth of the Sun. Around 4.6 billion years ago, a giant cloud of gas and dust collapsed under its own gravity, forming a spinning disk known as the solar nebula. At the center, the Sun ignited, and around it, material clumped together to form planets. Earth was one of these young planets, still a ball of molten rock, just beginning to cool. In its infancy, Earth was a hostile, fiery world. Volcanoes spewed molten rock, and asteroid impacts bombarded its surface. The early Earth was far from the blue and green planet we know today. It was a violent, molten world, constantly reshaped by collisions and volcanic eruptions. But these early years laid the foundation for what was to come. About 4.5 billion years ago, a cataclysmic event occurred. A planet-sized object, known as Theia, collided with Earth. The impact was so immense that it tore a piece of Earth away, sending debris into space. Over time, this debris coalesced, forming the Moon. The Moon's creation would stabilize Earth's tilt, giving us the regular seasons and tidal rhythms that shape life today. As Earth cooled, it was bombarded by comets and asteroids, many of which carried water. This water vapor began to accumulate in the atmosphere, eventually condensing and falling as rain. For millions of years, rain poured down, filling basins and forming the oceans. It was this water that would make life possible on Earth. With oceans in place, the stage was set for one of the most profound events in Earth's history, the birth of life. Around 3.8 billion years ago, in the depths of the ocean, simple chemical reactions sparked the creation of the first living organisms. These tiny, single-celled microbes would go on to dominate the planet for billions of years, laying the groundwork for the evolution of complex life. For the first billion years, Earth's atmosphere was almost devoid of oxygen. But around 2.5 billion years ago, a new type of microorganism, cyanobacteria, began to photosynthesize, producing oxygen as a byproduct. This event, known as the Great Oxygenation, transformed the planet's atmosphere, allowing for the evolution of more complex organisms and setting the stage for life as we know it. As life slowly evolved in the oceans, Earth's surface was also changing. The planet's crust cooled and solidified, and over millions of years, tectonic plates shifted and collided, giving rise to the first continents. These landmasses would drift across the planet's surface, sometimes merging into supercontinents, only to break apart again. The shifting of Earth's continents continues to shape the planet today. Life on Earth began in the oceans. For billions of years, simple microorganisms dominated. But around 600 million years ago, something remarkable happened. Complex life began to evolve. The oceans filled with strange new creatures, from simple plants to the first animals with hard shells and backbones. These early life forms would eventually lead to the explosion of biodiversity that gave rise to the animals and plants we see today. Around 500 million years ago, life made a bold move. It ventured out of the oceans and onto land. Primitive plants began to colonize the shorelines, followed by early amphibians and reptiles. These pioneers would go on to evolve into the dinosaurs, mammals, and ultimately, the human beings who would one day tell their story. The story of Earth is one of incredible transformation. From a fiery, lifeless ball of rock to a thriving blue planet teeming with life, our world has seen billions of years of change. And though we may only be a small part of this ancient story, understanding Earth's origins reminds us of the fragile, interconnected nature of the world we call home. Join us as we continue to explore the mysteries of our planet's past and what it may mean for our future. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an adventure. Share this with your friends, and let's spread the fun. Your support means everything. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.